Okay, guys, welcome to part 7 of the series of the Ethiopia series. We are playing on the hardest difficulty. This is Supreme Ruler, the Great War. Uh, if you can't tell by the title, then there's something wrong with you. But, anyways, destabilization continues to happen in the last video, September 1st. We are trying to flip this country into its own country so that way we can take it over and have control over the seas. We get control over the seas, we will start doing a lot better in my eyes. So, let's get started here. Alright, so the plan is to stabilize our current electric problem. It is a big problem right now. That is the biggest problem we have, is our electric. So if we stabilize it, it will be a lot better. And sorry about this noise. Get some more tobacco. Alright, so we are currently negative, I think 2 million. Yeah, 2 million. So we are not that bad. We're gaining about 100,000 every 2 or 3 months. So just keep that in mind. It's going to take an estimate of around 2 or 3 years to catch up on our electric. So that's our plan, to catch up on the electric. 2 or 3 years is a long time, by the way. So if you do want to skip some videos, you can. If you want to watch them and learn a little bit and continue to watch and see what I am doing, go ahead. We are trying to flip the government of Somaliland. Hopefully that actually works out for us. Or, yeah, Somaliland, or whatever the hell that fucking country would be called. Anyways, we have 9,000 industrial goods. That's not good at all. But we will improve that later on. So, right now we are more focused on getting our power plants on. That only increased it by 40,000. That's not good. Alright, let's start working on our second one in this city. And begin construction. Destabilization continues. October 1st. So that is October 1st on this. I don't really know how long it will take. So we started around August. Or July. Or late July, early August is when we started on destabilizing their country. Basically, we're trying to turn a country that's into a colony into a actual country, so that way we can attack the country without any repercussions against France. Because currently France actually controls the country, and if we attack them, it's like declaring war on France and the rest of the world. So yeah. And the whole idea of this is to border hump them. We are going to border hump them, so we get a fortification against a Casabelli against them. We're gonna board and hump the fuck out of them. Hopefully that works. So that's our plans. It's gonna take a long time. I know. You guys are probably not entertained by lengthy videos such as these, and well, I can't help it, but we are scooting along pretty far into the series. We're almost on the 10th video, which is about 3 hours into the game, which is amazingly fucking far into the game. Most people don't make it that far because they give up. So and currently we are doing pretty good. We are going to sell off our stock of consumer resources. So let's sell that off. There we go. That puts us at 360 million. A decent amount. So now we are at 360 million. We can raise that. Yeah, we are scooting along here pretty well, guys. If you watch episode 1, I remember we were suffering a little bit. We weren't suffering too bad. So let's just check our population out. We are down almost 3 million. We are down almost 3 million population, guys. That's not bad. It's not good either. We aren't paying for anything government-wise. Our inflation is crazy. We are $29 GDP. Eventually, we will be beaten. Oh, we are beating a few countries. Oh yeah, because it's showing exiles. Let's just show a country name. No exiles. Alright, what the hell's going on here? Alright. So dead. There. My bad. I was trying to figure out what was going on there. Alright, so these are all the countries that currently have GDP and whatnot. We are in last place. We are $8 behind. That's not bad. But we are also kicking their ass right now when it comes to money. So really, it just goes to prove that it doesn't really matter how much GDP we got. Destabilization has continued. November 1st. We are on November 19th. Alright. And I think we have finished that power plant. So let's just go check to see how much power. Alright, we are almost at the 1 million mark. Good. So, let's see how much. Alright, yeah, we need to save another 4,000 before we can actually build that next power plant. So, how much power are we producing there? It will tell us we are producing 180,000 there and 540,000 there. Wow. Alright, so we are producing a lot of power. A lot. Um, we are still in the negatives. Um, we are self-sufficient on that. We have 3.5 years worth of reserves. We need to bulk purchase some oil. So we're gonna buy about 3 million. There we go. That's good. That puts us at 680 days again. Lowers our stockpile of money. Oh well. And we are going to raise our funding on our government because, yeah, we just have to right now. So destabilization December 1st. We are getting closer and closer for this country to become its own nation. I don't really know how that works, but I noticed that they are going down in treasury, so maybe that's how it works. I'm not sure. But let's check our country out. Alright, we are losing population left and right. We are not doing too great on that. Oh well. I say we improve our inflation to about 20%. I know people are probably fucking screaming at the screen right now. What the fuck are you doing? And yeah, I'm sorry, but we have to. We just have to. Right now, our fucking inflation is horribly high. And to be honest with you, we shouldn't be putting it that high. Really, to be honest, let's just invest into certain things, such as social assistance, obviously. So, if you don't know by now, I am really big into social assistance. We are going to max this out to 200 million. Alright. So that should really increase our production on things by a lot. Yes, it will. We're gaining 9% each, or 0.9% each day. Alright, we are officially catching up on our governments. So, Alright. We are going to invest into our infrastructure as much as possible. Reason for that being, as long as we do that, we are set. We're gonna sell at, alright, come on, $50. Alright, we're selling that at $50. We have a stockpile of 5,000 on that. We're going to continue to stockpile that for a while. Right. How much is this? Let's just raise it to $34. So we're at $31. We should be catching up. Yeah, we're only $6 behind Mongolia. It's not necessarily good. So we should probably just drop our infrastructure by right now. Alright. Labor shortage. Alright. So, that is improving our GDP by increasing our infrastructure. Alrighty. So, are we almost done with that power plant? No, we are not. Let's just start on another power plant. Alrighty, and we are now officially working on 2 power plants. I know, crazy. While we're at it, let's buy early aircraft. Or never mind, we can't afford it. What about this? Can we afford this? Holy shit, batteries are expensive. Right. So, we are losing money, and I think that's because we are investing a lot of money into, yeah, we are, into that. So there we go, we have created a power plant, and that puts us at 1.4 million. We are only 1.7 million-ish away from reaching production queue. If we upgrade our power, our electric power, our grid, we should technically increase to 2.1 million-ish, maybe 2.2 million-ish. So there you go. There's that. Industrialization, still working on it. We're going to be close to the end of 1922 before we get industrialization. 1922 for industrialization, that is pretty bad, but oh well. So, this country, let's see. So I think how that works is that the more their treasury goes down, is the more likely they're going to flip over to their own country, because they're worried that that they're not going to be supported by the French, and the French hardly does support governments, I think. So like, for example, this country has a notable debt region, and let's just go and check something out real quick. Let's see how everybody's holding up in the war. It's always interesting to see. So there's about 2 or 3 million casualties in this war. Okay. We are at 34 GDP. Let's just see what we're holding up against. 37 is our enemy. We are only 3 GDP away from beating them. So we're almost done with this coal plant. We might work on a couple more. Alright, let us. So, we are 1.6 million away from. So, we are spending, let's see, 30 40K, 80K, $120,000 a day on electric we are spending. So, yeah, we are spending a lot of money on electric. Let's see how much gas we got. We need to buy more gas. We are going to buy about 2 million gallons. There we go. Oh, right, that is our cabinet. We are going to fund as much on this insurgency as we can possibly fund. Alright, right. We have enough here to sell. That's about, yeah, 70 million-ish. So, we just made 70 million-ish. I don't think that's enough, though, to actually buy a technology. So that's fine. We don't really need a technology quite yet anyways. We're still ranked 34 in technologies. Sorry if you can hear that train. We are doing pretty good, guys. We're making about 50,000 consumer goods a year, which is the equivalent of 200 million a year. Yeah, in profit alone. So we are making about 200 something million a year in profit. But we are also spending about the same amount of money on constructing stuff. We're trying to catch up electric. Once we catch up electric, we will start working on building more consumer goods. Or, no, we'll probably have to work on industrial goods next. So, right now, our industrial goods are getting depleted pretty quick. Let's just invest into about 22. Can't buy that many. I think we're gonna have to pause our production. Yeah, we're gonna have to pause our production. So let's pause that. So 1.6 million a year times 30. We are spending about 400 million a year on electric. That's not good at all. And that's buying from other countries. I don't mind actually spending it if we are the one producing it ourselves. and as long as we're not spending too much money on it, it's fine. So alright, let's see here. Why is it buying this so slowly? Alright, that should be enough to finish the production. Alright, so we have finished that production. That puts us at 1.8, so we are producing 1.5 million a year behind. After we get a power grid, we will be doing a lot better. So, let's see here. Alright, so I'm pretty sure, yeah. So hydrogams are actually more expensive to upkeep, so I'm not gonna actually put those down. And they also, yeah, they're just like more expensive. And coal is actually better, to be honest with you. So, let's go over to here, and we currently have 3,000. Let's build 2 farms, and we will send our military units over there. Hopefully they don't do something stupid. I hope not. And we will construct this. So, there we go. Industrialization. How far along are we? Alright. So, I didn't really check that. Let's just check. Alright, 67 days. Alright. We're doing good, guys. So, we don't really necessarily need this extra food, but it will help us in the long term. So, let's just raise that by $1. So, what we are producing is around $300,000 worth of food a day in excess, and we're selling it right away. So, that's good. Alright, so what are we? And okay, this agriculture is finishing pretty quickly. We are at $36. Ethiopia is still in last place, by the way. I think we will never be in first place, but we will become an economic powerhouse. So keep that in mind. We probably will never be in first place when it comes to GDP. And it's sort of a good thing because you don't want to be in first place. Alright, so that gave us money. We're at 442 million. Let's just see how much in debt they are now. Alright, they still have $60 million to spend. So we are funding the fuck out of them. I honestly think we should probably stop funding them because they haven't flipped and it's already been about a year. No, we already been investing into them for about a year now. We should probably continue investing into them. Alright, there we go. We have built the farms. We didn't increase very much, but it's fine because the whole point of that was so we can build more power plants here, and this will be the conclusion of this episode, I think. Let's see how far along we are. 31 minutes. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we will be working on the series, and we will try to get pretty far in the series. The whole point in this series is to honestly beat the whole entire game, unlock things that people wouldn't necessarily know about, like things that you probably haven't seen yet, such as the first man on Mars. So yeah, we're still in 1920 though, guys, and that's gonna take a while. So, before we end this end this episode, we are going to purchase nickel cadmium batteries. Or never mind, we cannot purchase it. Never mind. Sorry, guys. Next episode, we will purchase that. And nuclear club alert. I cannot wait till we actually get that on ours to the point where we actually can say we are in the nuclear club. So, yeah, that will be exciting. Alright, guys. I am going to pause the video, or pause the game, save the game. I am trying to get in the hang of doing that. We are on the Ethiopia series, and I hope you guys have a good one, and rate, comment, subscribe, and bye.